Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another episode of Capital Conflict. I think we've pushed this back enough days that I don't feel as fuming about the weekend's results, but we are here to talk about the weekend's results again, sadly. Not for everybody, though, thankfully at least, but we are going to delve through all the results of the weekend. We're also going to touch on the Champions League and also the big question that I've been seeing going across the timeline over the last 24 hours. Can Arsenal win the Champions League? We'll debate it. We'll debate it. But big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe. Check out Jerseys FC in the description below for all your best and affordable football kits. With the Christmas season coming, we're here to help you. Use the code CarefreeLewisG for 20% off at checkout. Also, while you're in the description, while you're also looking down there as well, check out Northside's channel, check out Henry Wright's channel, and sub immediately. Part of the Carefree family. So you guys already know what to do. Hit the likes, sub, all of that shit. And yeah, let's get into the show. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Northside, what are you telling me, my guy? Hope you've had a good week.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, man, just chilling. Apparently, we're going to win the Champions League now, isn't it? Top of the group. Henry went from October champions, and now Arsenal are November/December champions. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Listen, going to be a big season. Big season now. Apparently, we're going to win it all.
Yeah, big season, but with different perspectives all across the show. Henry, it's been a bit of a fall from grace for you guys. What are you saying, man? You all good?
Fall from grace is an understatement. I just want to say big up to everyone. Hope everyone's having a good evening, except for Matty Cash. I wholeheartedly hate that guy more than anyone. Yeah, big up to you two. Hope everyone's well in the chat. And yeah, our fall from grace is just absolutely horrendous. And you know, Man City the weekend, we might as well lube up. Let's be real, because it's going to be an absolute roasting. You know, but there'll probably be a little part of me on match day that thinks we can get a result. So who knows?
See, here's the thing. I didn't see a lot of your game because I was coming back from Newcastle, but I heard you got cooked in the first half, and then there's a case
That
you guys
first half, we
petered
were
out.
much
You
better.
obviously had the bench. Yeah, so like there is still. I'm not going to say positives to take, but it's not like you guys got cooked all match.
No, like everyone knew deep down what Unai Emery's game plan was going to be. It was going to be sit back and stink it out. Let's be honest. It's what he's done throughout his whole career. You know, he wins trophies wherever he goes. Now he's got Villa flying. People talking about, can Villa get Champions League? With us, we dominated that game for the first 60 minutes. Villa just had a striker up front in Ollie Watkins who could stay on side and finish his chances. You know, Human-Son with 3 offside goals. If that's Richarlison, we're crucifying him. If that's Kulusevski, we're crucifying him. But because it's Son...
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's Timo Werner. Can anyone name another player in Prem history to get 3 offside goals in one game?
Werner or Havertz would have done it. One or the other.
But it's just... So, like,
Almost.
Yeah, we went in. We had a defence of 4 fullbacks. Davis, Udogie, Porro, and Royale. I think that's the first time that's ever been done as well, playing 4 fullbacks. And then, you know, the midfield, we played Kulu in the 10, which I actually thought he played well. But the front 3, non-existent. I guarantee Brandon Johnson vapes. Because there is no way you're finished after 40 minutes. Like, forget this high line. Like, he's got to either be a heavy smoker, 40 sterlings a day, or he vapes.
There's no way.
There's physically no way. Like, against Wolves, he was burnt out after 35 minutes. Against Villa, he's burnt out after 40 minutes. Now, I get no team in probably European football can press for 90 minutes. I get that. But at the same time, you're a professional athlete and you're finished after 40 minutes. The goal's like...
play one game a week.
Exactly. This month coming up, the game every 3.8 days, to be precise, or 4 days, whatever it is, with Everton, who are playing well, Brighton, you know, West Ham's Cup final, Newcastle, Man City, and Bournemouth. I'll be honest. It's not looking good, is it? Let's be real. Let's be real right now. It is not looking good. And if we get panned by City, this is where the loss of confidence kicks in. If we get slapped, let's be real. Man City with that defence, 1 ball over the top, Erling Haaland's through every single day. We got to hope Vicario has a sweeper performance like he did against you lot. But when City get the first, we won't sit back. We'll go for it. then they'll get a second, and then it could be 4, 5. And if let's say hypothetically we get battered, that's 4 defeats on the bounce. We've only scored 3 goals in our last 3 games, conceded 4 to Chelsea, 2 to Wolves, 2 to Villa, 8 in our last 3. If we get pammed by City, we're then going up against West Ham and Newcastle. We could, I'm not saying we will, but we could be 6 L's on the bounce. How have we gone?
Just when I think we're in the mud. Thank the Lord.
And we stay up. Like 6. It's not. I'll be honest. I'm worried. I'm absolutely. I'm like it's like I'm at the SDI clinic. I'm worried, mate. I'm absolutely like. You don't understand.
But to be fair, like it's not all doom and gloom. Like playing West Ham and Newcastle, who've had to play midweek fixtures.
Newcastle are going to have all their players fit by then. Wilson will be back. Isak will be back. We're the only player we'll have back is Romero. Bentancur, by the way, Matty Cash is an apps. I'm not going to get you demonetized, but this guy, listen, when a reverse fixture happens, Cuti Romero, you know what to do. I'm not saying guys.
Was it even that deep though? Because I saw it and it was
He's
like
played
it's one
5
of those
games
tackles.
against us, Lewis. Injured Højbjerg for 3 months, injured Doherty for 4 months, and injured Bentancur for 3 months. 5 games, 3 injuries. And the tackle was disgusting. And then he waits for him to get up, and then he goes and hits him again.
Tell you what,
You're
Matty
not
Cash
targeting Ronaldinho. You're not targeting Neymar or Kylian Mbappe. You're targeting a midfielder. His first start in 9 months. Bang. Straight out the game. I can't wait. Honestly, the reverse fixture, if Cuti doesn't go and absolutely... I don't want him to go and injure a player because I don't agree with that, but there is a little part of me I'm thinking, Haaland.
Big up your girl. Big up my guy.
Go and snap that guy.
Yeah, but you know what that's going to lead to with Romero? Just another red card and you're down to 10.
I don't care. I don't care. If I'll be real, I'll take a 3
Tottenham, though. You want to just keep your heads and get the 3 points.
Yeah, but there's a little part of me that just thinks I don't care if we lose that game as long as Matty Cash is sitting there on a stretcher getting taken out.
Like I guess it's coincidental, but
3 injuries, bro, and all of them are disgusting
like one of those ones where you go for the ball or you go for the player, but you're just not letting both go through.
He didn't get any of the ball. Bentancur already passed the ball before Matty Cash got to him.
But it didn't look like there was intent to injure. It was just like I'm taking one of you.
The PG, MOL, whatever they're called, the wannabe gang, come out and said that the tackle should have been reviewed.
Shit, then.
What are we doing here now? What are we doing here? We're sitting here.
How did Romero not win the ball? And you don't say anything there. You becoming a super Lily White. What's going on here?
It's fine when it's going for you. When it's going against you. Arsenal fans
like this. Against us. You never say anything about Romero. You never say, "Oh, you know what? If they come back and give it back to him and take him out for 6 months."
To be fair, I don't agree with him. I've said all last season. I don't agree when he goes flying out of his defensive line and smashing someone in the back. Like Matty Cash is a good right back, but it's either incredibly unlucky for us to get 3 injuries. The guy's an Arsenal fan anyway.
No, but you said 6 L's, yeah. But you know what this means? Do you know what this means? Also means 6-0 against Lons. So respect, my friend. Yeah, respect. Sorry, man. Sorry.
It's absolutely outrageous.
Now when you got it flaunted, I hear it. 6 losses on the bounce, though. We could be potentially coming back to you. I'll be real. I was up in the away in that Newcastle thing, and I might have to just take this 1-chip challenge at Christmas. Nah, we might still have a little bit of hope. Because we got Brighton on the weekend, and like no ifs, no buts, no maybes. You have to be getting a fucking result in that game. They have 11 injuries. They've only just played now away at, I think, Athens. So they're going to be traveling back by midday today. They're going to be drained. They're going to be stretched. No bollocks. Get a win. Get 3 points on the table. You guys are going to Man City. I know it's meant to be you're meant to be their bogey team and everything, but with the injuries that you guys have already had and with the style of play,
you know what happened, didn't you?
Yeah, you're not winning this time. You're not winning.
Somehow, some way, we'll end up getting a result against City and then get slapped by West Ham.
Bro, you are going to play completely into their hands, high line and everything.
Yeah,
they're just gonna pick you out of the air.
A troops line, right? with Erling Haaland, I tell you now, it is wow. I take I do some disgusting things. Pause for a draw. Like, what do we do there?
We all would at the Etihad. We all would.
Has your manager never played a different style of football? Obviously, I've only known of him since he's been in the Prem.
No.
It hasn't been long. So he only got
Always
one way
played rock and roll, smash mouth, all-star football where it's just come out, let's have a go. We had 9 men north side, 9 men, 8 outfield players, and we're playing like we're Barcelona.
Who cares if we lose? Brother, I think you could go down to 7th if you lose to City. Like, you've lost enough games, you need to start pulling wins out. And if you continue to lose, that's only going to keep dropping your confidence and you might spiral.
This is
so
what
you
I'm
guys
saying.
will go to City and win.
This is what I'm saying. If we lose badly to City, the confidence is going to be shot to pieces going in against that West Ham game. And we all know they're going to be singing, Champions of Europe, we know. Oh, mate, honestly, turn it in,
watch,
mate.
Man.
No, it's not. I don't mind it. Well, I do mind. But when you sing it, you're sitting there holding the European Cup, right? And I know we didn't get out of the Conference League. I'm not saying that because we're the only team in the history to get eliminated by a virus, right? But that being said, this lot, I can't stand. I absolutely, categorically, bombastically cannot stand West Ham fans.
Them chanting gets you and winning is the worst part. Because we had that when we went to their ground in August. We started mocking them for the UCL chant, and then they dunked 3 on our heads and started chanting it while we were walking to the exits. It's the worst.
I'll be honest. If we lose to City, do either of you think we'll beat West Ham?
Nah. You ain't got nobody in the middle that's a physical presence. And then you've got Davies playing as a centre-back. You've got Emerson playing as a centre-back. Udogie.
Romero will be back for the West Ham game.
He's more of a liability than anything else. I don't really rate him that highly. I don't think he's trash, but you need some composure, especially that you've got not that many options. Obviously, you're banking on him coming back, and then he's got no protection. You don't have a CDM. You know, Basuma's not here. So for me, I just feel like it ain't going to be much of a difference, especially with your manager. I think what doesn't help you, is like you just said, your manager's going to play an attacking style of football, which means Romero's going to be a more 1v1 positions, which is what you don't want him to do. Because that's when, like Gabriel at times, he can do bozo decisions when he's kind of up against it. So he's going to be exposed. He's going to be left to dry because of the way that your manager's setting you a lot out. And he's not the most composed centre-back. And then if he's out, who are you going to play? You're back to what you're doing now. So I don't see the way you not get out of it. Maybe a saving grace would have been if you had Basuma in front, kind of helping the back line. But you've got a bit of a make-up back four, and then you're going to bring Romero in, playing this gun-ho football. I just don't see it. I see you lot getting caught out. I see Romero doing something rash and stupid in the game. And I see you lot getting bullied and absolutely bullied and dominated in your midfield. I honestly don't see any positives. I can't lie to you. And it's not because it's Tottenham. I'm just keeping it real. Like taking my Arsenal hat off and just...
Do you think we'll win any of our next 4 games?
So you got City, West Ham, Newcastle, and then who?
I think it's Forest away.
You'll beat Forest and that's about it.
No, Forest away is a tough place to
Everton,
go.
Brighton after that.
And that's a Friday night game as well. Friday night
you could beat Forest. You could beat Forest. Nah, it's Forest away though.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's not an easy game. And if we go 7 without, I'll be throwing
even Everton. Everton ain't gonna be easy.
Like I'll be returning like to that ground like CM Punk, mate, and someone's getting a GTS. Like Daniel Levy's getting a flipping Chris Benoit crippler crossface. You know,
you may get something against Nottingham Forest, but I don't see it. I don't see it, Henry. Honestly, this
maybe
is bad.
Brighton. Maybe Brighton.
Where's Brighton at?
Brighton's at the end of the month. Away.
It's away. I tell you, it's not looking good, mate. But it might have
Brighton will open up though, so you might have kind of
all, mate. Bagel FC.
Nah,
look
but
at the state of those.
You still made chances against Aston Villa though. Kulu hit the post.
Unai Emery's got Martinez could have saved the Titanic with that worldie save. Højbjerg puts one in the top corner and he just plucks it out like it was a fly.
Well, exactly what I'm saying. If Brighton are going to open up and come at you, you've got enough players that can score goals. It might just be a high-scoring game. Might be a 4-3.
I'll be honest. If I'm being truthful, I do think we'll somehow beat West Ham. I think we'll beat Everton, and I think we'll slap Bournemouth. Bournemouth, Everton. Do you know what? I'm going to say we draw to Newcastle. We lose to City. We beat West Ham. We draw to Newcastle. We draw to Forest. And we beat Everton. But I'm going to caveat that and say we could also lose City, West Ham, Newcastle, and Forest.
I think your only sure win here might be Brighton.
Everton, I think we'll beat. We always beat Everton.
Dyche, Ball, and that, and like that are actually not that bad of a team. They play decent football.
If Max Branning's still in charge, we've only got to shoot from our own half, and Onana will just let it go in. How he's a professional goalkeeper is daylight robbery.
Onana, yeah, that brother's a fraud. That brother's a straight fraud. Although I say that, we'll give him a clean sheet next week. So let me not speak
too much. I thought David De Gea was bad, but what he's delivering, it's absolutely insane.
He's a shot to confidence. Because some of the decisions he was making, not decisions, the mistakes. Some of the mistakes he was making, like, that screamed just low confidence. You're not catching the ball properly. You're not making the right decisions in terms of shot stopping. Like, he's just spiraling. Which is something that you guys are at risk of if you guys don't pull your results up as well.
I don't know, Lewis. Would you say that about Kepa when he came to your club and then he was doing stupid mistakes in goal? Was it confidence or was it ability? I think it's ability, bro.
With Kepa, it took me a while to fully be like, nah, this guy's finished, because he didn't have a bad first season for us. Then allegedly I think he lost his girlfriend or something, and then his confidence just nosedived and he wasn't saving a thing for shit. Plus, here's the thing, physically, Kepa's too small and he don't jump. So it's a little bit of a different circumstance. I don't know Onana's height, but I would assume that he's taller than Kepa. In fact, while we're here, let me have a quick look.
And Henry, don't go anywhere. We're not finished with you. We're not finished. Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. My laptop's just hot. I was just trying to reposition.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm not
going anywhere. I'll be here. Even if we lose 10-0 to City, I'll still be here saying, this title race ain't over.
Yo, nice. You man had the title race and Nicholas Jackson killed it. I'm taking something at the end of this season, regardless.
How many points are we on top as it stands?
You guys are 4 points. 4 points off Arsenal.
So when Portugal FC beat Arsenal at the weekend,
and you guys beat City.
We're the only team in the Premier League, other than Burnley, that's lost their last 3.
Damn, you're keeping yourselves in good company. Burnley's record is fucking hell. It's just X's. It's just straight L's. These men have had one win. Who the fuck did they beat?
They've won one game all season, and I think that was Luton away.
Yeah, they beat Luton.
How has Company not got a sack yet? Like, let's be real. Luton are probably going to stay up.
It's probably because Burnley just don't have the ability, don't have the players within them. So it's like you'd rather just go down and try again. Because what Company did worked in the Championship. Just brought up to the Premier League with the wrong tools and it's not working there. You could do what happened to Burnley a few years back. When they first got promoted with Sean Dyche, they weren't ready. They didn't have the squad for it. They went down, got some more money as a result of that, came back up stronger, and they were there ever since. So it could be similar, something similar to that. I wouldn't. If a Dyche was there, I'd get them bringing him back. But as of now, they'd rather just stick with Company. They might as well. But yeah, how long is Bentancur out as well for? I never asked.
Until he probably won't be fit until the end of Feb. We're talking like early March, end of Feb. So that would mean he would be out injured for basically a year because of Matty Cash.
Do you think he's ever going to recover from that? Because a lot of injuries can really...
he went down holding the same knee. And when he went down holding the same knee, I was like, yeah, that's it. Like, you're out. We've been told that Perisic is probably not going to play for the club ever again either. He's only got until May, and he did his ACL, so he's probably not going to be back.
He was a bit over the hill anyway.
He's the best crosser at the football club, though, and he's like 35. Just bring him on, put a ball in the box, get R9 in the box. You know, I can't
And
even
what,
say it with a
miss?
straight face. Get Richarlison in the box. It's just, I'll be like, if we was to rewind, not even 4 weeks ago, going into that Chelsea game, I was absolutely buzzing. It's like a kid in a sweet shop. Andre 3000, aka Jackson at your club, has absolutely ruined everything.
That's my dog. Come on, man.
Absolutely everything. Like it's
We ain't done anything this season. We've been absolute mid for most of it, but we've ruined your title race. So I'm fine.
It's a joke.
I'm calm.
It's an absolute.
There's some
it's
consolation. That is the most Chelsea thing going. We're absolute shit all season. Wake up whenever Tottenham come, ruin your season, and go right back to the same old bullshit the week after. That is so Chelsea.
It's just not acceptable, though, is it? Like how? Like
hate it.
We're on the worst. Other than Burnley, we're on the worst form in the Premier League, and I don't know out of the next 3 games if that's going to get any better. How many? Let me ask both of you. How many losses do you think it will be before people start saying Ange out?
Oh,
You'd have to lose 6 in a row. You'd have to lose 6 in a row.
Which could
Because
happen.
I think he got you to such a high, it would be major flip-flopping for a section of Tottenham fans.
Bearing in mind, football fans, you know, we're like a pair of flipping, is it Hamas, whatever they're called? The brand of flip-flops or whatever they are. We're like, as soon as we start losing, like, I'm not going to say Ange out, because I think if you give him the right tools, we'll be successful. But at the same time, in certain games, you've got to be adaptable. Like 30 minutes to play against Villa and we're absolutely burnt out. Do not go gung-ho and keep going. Like, reserve some energy. Play 15 minutes of just a bit of keep ball. Maybe let Villa come at us, open up some space. Like,
see, it sounds similar to Sarri, but like the difference is, I think Postecoglou gives himself a very good connection with the fan base, whereas Maurizio Sarri never did. He'd never come out after the games and clap the fans or anything. He said he had a superstition of like never touching the pitch in general. So when he went on a 3-month unbeaten streak until we lost 3-1 to you guys at Wembley, everyone was on his side. And then after we lost to you guys, we started struggling. We weren't winning games. We had an awful away record. This weird little habit of conceding immediately after halftime in every game. Fans started turning on him quick. I think with you guys, because the little Ange loving and everything, I don't think they turned on him just yet.
what do you mean? Hang on, what do you mean the Ange loving?
Come
Like,
on,
what
your
is
fan
this
base
on
and the
social
media's
media?
been tugging him off for the last 3 months. Come on, man.
Okay, for the first 3 months though, were we not playing well?
You lot were playing well, but they're acting like you've just found a new brand of football and he's taking you to the domestic.
We were watching Brexit, Stinkhouse, you know, flipping.
But that's what it really
Liam
was. You
Bill
had
settings,
terrorism
mate.
ball for
Awful.
3 years and then you see Ange. That was what it is. It's like you've been dating a 2 out of 10 for years and then you bang into a little 8 out of 10 and you just gassed.
Yeah, you get a Swedish 9 in Stockholm and you're like, all right, okay, this is crazy. And then
That's what it really was, though. So there's been a big because of that loving for Ange, he'll be fine. I don't think he'll be under too much.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. If we lose the next 4, you don't think you'll see Ange out anywhere?
No. When's the last time
your
fan base has hounded out a manager? I can't remember. When have you guys hounded out a manager?
When's the last time we also lost 7 or 6 in a row?
Yeah,
so
but
I'll be honest, like but
when was the last time you saw football like you've seen from Ange?
Poch.
That's it, though. That's why you guys aren't going to be as rash with him. I think maybe the media will try and peddle it around, try and cause a little shitstorm or something.
Oh yeah, of course they will. If we lose to City, it will be straight away. You'll see. If we lose to City, it will be saying like, "What's happened to Ange? He's Ange feeling the pressure." Man, we're 14 games in. We're feeling the pressure. We're not even. We're like a third of the way there.
But Henry, let's be real. Yeah? If you didn't have no injuries, where do you? If you had no injuries and it's sourcing and the Postecoglou, you're playing this football, you got all your players available, no injuries. Where did you actually believe you're going to finish the season?
4th.
Right, so you weren't going to win anything.
I'm not saying that. I didn't say the FA Cup. Hang on. If he was to fully go for it, there's a good chance we'll get far in the FA Cup. But 4th, and then the owners have got to go and do 150 to 200 million in the summer. If we
Did you get
4th.
knocked out of the Carabao Cup?
We did.
Yeah, second
And
round.
that's
that was before.
That's why, for me, he's on strike one, and everyone knows this.
And that was before the injuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That was August.
That's why he's on strike one.
You could go for what is the weakest competition?
The FA Cup. Well, yeah, you're right.
No, I don't want to do it, yeah. But Henry, yeah, let's keep it real. You got a manager that you like. Cool. You guys know he only plays one brand of football, yeah, which is attacking football. He doesn't know how to reel it in. You know that your squad isn't the completed article. You know that your owners didn't go out and replace Harry Kane. It is inevitable that it will be a Poch part 2. It's not like you guys had a massive transfer window, brought this guy in, had a massive transfer window, he got everything he wanted, and then I could kind of start to understand if you replace Harry Kane, if you've got rotation and quality in areas that you needed, and then you were playing this type of football. I could understand that kind of, okay, we bought well, we did what we needed to do, we strengthened him where we needed to, he's been backed, and now we're believing in the way that he's playing this football. But there was always an Achilles heel, and the Achilles heel is the fact that you guys have not done what needed to be done in the transfer window. The same with Arsenal, which is why I don't think Arsenal are going to win anything. But it's not just a Tottenham thing.
Well, you're Champions League favourites.
Huh?
You're going to win the champs.
Nah.
Oh, yeah, apparently.
Nah.
See, you guys about to get carried away.
You can't find one clip of me ever saying that, because I don't get carried away.
Yeah, of course.
Because I know what it is. I see what it is. Even when we just smoked Lons, that don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's still things. People are saying, oh, if we get one or two players, the problem with us is we don't have the right manager. Even if you go out there in January and get the right players, well, when in the last 20 years have Arsenal ever gone out in the transfer window and actually addressed all the positions that we needed? We haven't. So there's nothing that I can say to say that, okay, this club's got a track record of actually going out there and getting us the last pieces to the puzzle to win major honours, because we don't do that. We do the cheapskate thing. We re-sign El Nene, Reece Nelson, Nketiah. We do the cheapskate thing, and then we'll.
Did you hear the talk about you lot re-signing Holding?
Huh?
That I saw some rumor coming around the last day or two about you lot potentially re-signing Holding for free from Palace. Here it is. One sec. I don't know how legit it is. I did see this pop up, but yeah, Rob Holding set to rejoin Arsenal on a free deal this January following his $4 million move to Palace. Palace and player keen to part ways, working on termination. Arteta sees Holding and El Nene as key cogs to offer stability to the dressing room.
Okay, cool. If he feels like Holding is a key part to the cog, why did you sell him for £4 million? And if he's deemed not good enough for Crystal Palace, why is he good enough for my club? And if El Nene is such a key cog as well, how come he can't get no minutes?
God knows, got to be something in the dressing room. At least you made $4 million profit, I guess.
I'm done with this club, man.
Do you know what we need to speak about? We'll come back to Arsenal because they're doing well.
Yeah,
all we need to speak about is Newcastle 4, Chelsea 1 with the best apparent right back.
Look at the deflection! Look at the deflection!
the best right back apparently in world football.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
What mistakes did Reece James have leading to a goal?
Oh, he got sent off.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was dumb.
Yeah, that's the same as Romero did, and then we capitulated just like you did.
Yeah, you could be the same best right back in the world. I want to ask about what he's been doing on the pitch.
Well, that's
because
the point.
with Romero, it's a consistent factor. The guy's constantly.
Yeah, I'm not saying Romero is the best centre back in the world.
So are you comparing him to Romero?
Because I'm comparing. They both got sent off, and you capitulated, not their ability.
Oh no, we capitulated way before that. That was icing on top of the cake.
It was like, legs akimbo, just go in. Literally.
Bro, Thiago Silva spread Chelsea's legs open himself. Pause.
Yeah.
And Cucurella. Both of them.
The whole team. There is, bar maybe Enzo, there isn't a single good performance in that team. And even
that
Enzo
guy's got to step up for me. Like, I'm not saying he's John Joe Shelby, like I see on Twitter, but you've got a couple of good players around you. I need to see more from him.
But he's not doing anything wrong. That's the thing. His thing is controlling play and pushing the ball forward to the attackers. He does that excellently. Our attackers just don't do anything. They were so disjointed on Saturday. It's like they met each other just before the game. They didn't have a clue about what the other player was going
when
to
they
do.
play us,
They mismanaged each other's runs, the passes, when to time the runs, when to
but
time
Sterling
everything.
scored though, Lewis. He got good XG. You know what I mean? He got good stats for all the statisticians. You know what I mean? He got a goal. So that means that he doesn't have to perform for the 90 minutes of the game.
I
think he took that seriously because he didn't perform after that. I was like, yep, that's my GNA. I'm done. That's it. Me done. Peace. At least he gave me something. Jackson was just, for someone with 4 goals in your last 2, how are you playing with that little confidence, just over touching everything?
To be fair,
hella foreplay.
To be fair, 3 of those were against us, and a tap in against Man City.
Hey, Haaland scores tap-ins. We still count it.
Yeah, but when you score 50 tap-ins, it's a bit different to 4.
Yeah, trust the process, innit? Trust the process. No, but like seriously, our attack was so crap. The defense was awful, and that's why when it comes to Enzo, I'm not really that focused on him because he's doing his job.
Wow, look at Henry. That's the happiest we've seen him all stream.
They call him lucky with that one still.
And it's only when we're talking about Chelsea. Yeah, but carry on, Lewis.
No, Enzo was like the last of my problems in that entire Chelsea team because the one good thing that we had in the first half was we were building the play up really well from defense to attack. And that was from the midfielders. That was from the likes of Enzo. That was Ugo Chukwu and Gallagher, even though they had bad performances as well. But Enzo was the one mainly providing that outlet to the attackers. So he did his job. When Palmer's like not doing the right decision on the ball, or Gallagher's just losing possession, or Jackson's making too many touches, or Sterling's slowing down play, it's not Enzo's fault. If the defense is making bozo moments in game like Cucurella not following the offside trap for the first goal, Silva literally giving Joe Linton the ball away, our defense struggling against crosses and set pieces like they do in literally every game. What was the 4th goal? Ball played over the top and Badiashile and Silva beaten easily. That's not Enzo's fault. So now I come out of that game thinking, why is Enzo the most criticised player? Oh, I know. It's the price tag and it's because he don't get GNA. That's it. But if you watch the game, he didn't do nothing wrong. Second half, when everybody fell off, he fell off as well. When we conceded the 2nd and 3rd goals, everybody disappeared, himself included. But he's still the last guy I'm going at. You got the likes of Ugo Chukwu, who looked way out of his element. You got the likes of Gallagher, who should have been doing so much better in the final third. How is Enzo going to be the most criticised one in that midfield 3 when he performed the best out of all 3? It's agenda. That's just it.
100% it's agenda, bro. 100%. You already know in these fan bases these days with these new generation fans, they got their favorites. Certain players get away with it and other players get absolute slander. Do you know what I mean? And I get what you're saying. You're not saying that Enzo had a worldie of a performance, but out of a bad bunch, he was the best. And he done stuff that you can see that was trying to create something when nobody else was gelling. It's weird with you lot because when you guys keep it simple, you guys are able to cut through teams. I saw it when we played you guys. You guys kept it very, very simple. Gallagher receiving the ball, releasing it. Do you know what I mean? Playing the front three through onto goal. Do you know what I mean? None of this like overdoing and overthinking. You guys just look completely disjointed, not only in the attack, but defensively. Defensively, Thiago Silva literally just said, go on, walk this way like it's a McDonald's drive-through. Just go through. It's like, bro, if you're in doubt, kick it out. It's not hard, is it? Just kick it out. What's the worst that can happen? You kick it out to the stands. Everyone can reset. You can get the defense all back. You can get back in position and you re-go. It just doesn't make any sense. Cucurella, ball watching. What's he doing? Not getting his head to it. You made it easy. You made Newcastle look a lot better than what they are because you literally handed them all the chances to capitalize off. I don't think that they were absolutely scintillating. Yes, they were good and they were clinical when they put you to the sword, which I'll give them praise for that. But you gave them all the opportunity in the world. Nobody winning their headers. No one marking their man. No one claiming their man. No one can receive the ball from out the back. It's a shambles, bro. Up front, what was going on? What was Jackson doing? The guy looks like he's buffering, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, he said keep it simple.
Huh?
You know, you said keep it simple. We did the exact opposite in the final third. Overthought everything. But I was literally watching this first half just thinking, we look so disjointed. It's unreal. And you know, it's the same story that's going to happen. All we're going to do is put more pressure on the midfield, more pressure on the defense because we're not doing anything in the final third. And eventually they're going to fold. That second goal, the cross coming into the box, and I think it was the Joe Linton head. I don't remember who scored it, but it was coming all match. We struggled aerially. We struggled defending set pieces. We should have conceded from a corner in the first half. Joe Linton basically missed an open goal. It was fucking hopeless. And Sterling not marking anybody on the right-hand side, just giving Trippier free aim to just cross wherever he pleases. You know, he had the most crosses attempted out of any Premier League player this season in that one game because nobody pressed him. They just let him have free run into the box and into the right-hand side and just do what you please. We played right into their hands from the start. Thiago Silva is a very uncomfortable conversation that this fan base doesn't want to have. That guy cannot be playing week in and week out. I like Thiago Silva, been quality for us. It's fine that he's declining now. It's 39 years old, whatever. I'm not going to rip him too much for it. But we need to have the uncomfortable conversation that we've been trying to have on this channel for a while. If we're doing this whole trust the process shit, I need to trust in a new back two that is going to be here for the next 3 to 4 years. Not Thiago Silva, who's not going to be here. You can save Thiago Silva for the bigger matches or the games where we're sitting back and we're going to be the deep block. Not in games like Nottingham Forest, games like fucking Aston Villa, even in the Newcastle game, to be honest. But that one was a more frustrating one because, like, that should have suited him. And he was just making mistake after mistake after mistake. So now I can't rely on you consistently. Like, I need to see Disasi and Colwill or Disasi and Badiashile figure it out. But let them play together and make their mistakes together, and they'll grow and get better. That's what you guys did. If we're trying to follow this whole process narrative, you guys had a young defense, you keep them together, you let them grow, you let them make their mistakes, and you let them improve. Because keeping Silva here, if you're not taking us to titles immediately or competing for trophies immediately, what are we doing? You might as well focus on the future then. Silva's not our future. He's our present. And right now, the present is bleak. Who else? Badiashile, rusty. Cucurella, not really helped by Sterling, but he was crap. Sterling was crap. Even Palmer was poor. Everybody stunk. And the most annoying part from Poch in general was the late substitutions, yet again, reactive as fuck. Then he said the right reaction to do would be to cancel the day off and to bring everyone into training. So then what does he do? He gives everyone the day off. Gives everyone the fucking day off. It feels like the mentality at this club is just slipping and slipping and slipping. The leadership isn't there. We're leaking goals at the back. Our defense is inconsistent. We're becoming so petulant. It's not even funny anymore. We concede 13 fouls a game. We always have players out with too many yellow cards. Now Cucurella's suspended. Like, we already have one. James is gone as well, by the way, him too. Pochettino, our manager, even managed to cop a suspension for the Newcastle game. Like, I think Jimmy said it on his stream earlier, and it makes a lot of sense. We are, ever since Poch has come in, we've become so emotional as a team. We don't keep our heads anymore. As soon as we have one little problem, unless it's Man City, our heads drop. We're there for the taking. You even saw it for yourself after we conceded the first goal. Heads down. Gave up. And that's what really worries me. We ain't got the mentality of champions no more. Got the mentality of just try and get by. If we take the lead, we're going to sit back and try and protect it. And God knows, because there's now nothing I can rely on other than my midfield. Our defense is shaky, our attack is shaky, and I don't know where we go from here.
It makes no sense, bro. Your manager, yeah, like you just brought up the late substitutions, which I was going to bring up. At 1-1, the game is still salvageable. It's still salvageable, bro. You're going at halftime, you're 1-1. Why not make the changes? You should have never put that kid. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Why is Caicedo not starting? This is against Newcastle, a physical team, a team that's been able to go toe-to-toe with PSG, got robbed the other night. That is the type of Newcastle team you're going up against. And you guys are playing a kid next to Enzo. Enzo ain't going to be the sweeper. Enzo ain't going to protect the back shield, the back four. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? If your wingers ain't performing, take them off at half time. I don't understand waiting to the 60th minute, 70th minute to make changes. That's something that I've always been critical of Arteta. If it ain't working at half time, change it. Change it. I don't understand why persist with the same crap. It makes no sense. Caicedo should have started. At least Mudryk and Madueke will give you a bit of width. At least you can sit back, put Caicedo in.
Gallagher at right wing as well. So don't even remind me. Yeah, you just remind me about that. Just adding to it.
Why? Why put him as a winger? The best I've seen of him is through the middle. I just don't get it, bro. I don't get it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes these managers just overthink it. Look, my manager's done it with Partey playing right back. We've seen it, bro. Kai Havertz all over the front line. Do you know what I'm saying? It's an absolute joke. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just overdoing it. And you expect better from a manager that has a lot more experience than my manager. He's making schoolboy mistakes, bro. You know what I mean? Bro, I don't get it.
Bro, I've got a list. I did a video on Enzo earlier today, and I listed out all of Poch's mistakes that he's made this season already. Big up to Henry Rye. I hope you're all good, man. So here is the mistakes that Poch has made this season already. West Ham, Chukwuemeka off, Mudryk on, killing the balance of our team, and it started the domino effect of us losing the match. Enzo in the 10 and Conor Gallagher in the pivot. Thiago Silva shoehorned into literally every team, low block or high block or whatever, protecting the point against a winless Bournemouth team and making us time waste so we could draw the match. 2 forwards at home against Luton and against Nottingham Forest. Gallagher right wing against Newcastle and Madueke being given sympathy minutes in the 87th minute at 4-1 down. Takes off Mudryk versus Aston Villa when he's our best performing attacker. Takes off Jackson for a DM. Then when we go 1-0 down, he brings on Brozier as a striker and wastes another substitution. Colwell at left back. Chilwell at left wing. Disasi right back against Brentford and Gusto.
You written these down?
Mistake against Arsenal. Not even done. Constant struggles against low blocks. We couldn't break down a League 2 Wimbledon team. Literally couldn't break down a League 2 Wimbledon side. Friend cancelling a day off to go back on it. He said Chelsea is a team that needs to win now and isn't about patience, and then asked for patience after we lost to Forest in August. 3 yellow cards as manager. Our team's become petulant and they concede fouls and yellow cards for fun all day. And we're not even in December. We're not even in December. But hey, trust the process. Trust the process. The only reason why I'm not Poch out already is because I just don't think he's getting sacked. But I've said, you lose to Brighton. Don't get a result at United and then struggle against a low block again. That might have to be me done. I might pull the trigger. I've got the gun right in my hand. It's loaded. I just ain't pulled the trigger yet. You lose to Brighton, I'm point it. If you lose to United, the safety's coming off. If you lose to Everton, done. I'm out. That's me out. Because then where are we going? Where's the next results going? You can't break down low blocks. We do well against the big teams, but we don't beat them unless they're down to 9 men. They've got Ange playing the high line, and it still takes us another 30 minutes to figure it out. We can't defend aerial set pieces. We can't do anything going forward. All we are is build-up play and chance creation. And then we have to still try and put the ball in the back of the net. So, yeah, mentality.
I'll be real. I just think he's out of his depth. Like, you're a football club that wants instant success. Poch isn't that type of manager.
It's not even about instant success, though. Like, we've shown...
No, but you're ruthless, and you've been ruthless for years because of your how much you guys want success. This isn't new. This never will be new.
We've been through bad periods, and I'd say I've been supportive of managers through that as well. Like, Sarri, like Conte, even Lampard in his first spell. It's just the stuff I've seen with the likes of Potter and the likes of Poch. I'm just like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. And I can't defend it. If I'm looking at the things in front of me and I'm saying nearly every game that we drop points in, Poch is either a primary issue or a secondary issue, that's worrying. When it was Tuchel and we'd lose games, like half the time I wouldn't be going at him. And even if he did make mistakes, he'd own it. He'd come out of the press conference and say, this isn't acceptable. We go again and we're going to do better. Poch is like, oh, but we need Nkunku. We had to protect the point. We need time. Whatever excuse he can make up. It's pathetic. He's pathetic, in all honesty. And he's dug his own grave. We had the easiest start to the season out of everyone in the Premier League. And what does he do? Protect the point against a winless Bournemouth team. You lot played Bournemouth, you smashed them 4-0. You know how easy they are to play against. They're not even clinical themselves. They waste chances for fun. What do? We time waste. Protect the point. Is this what my club's become? Champions League winners, champions of the world a year ago. Now we're protecting the points of the vitality. Like, no. Like, Poch might not be up to it, but that's because of himself. It's not because of us.
And you can't get free hit, man. You get free hits. When you do a youth project, you get free hits, and you can only judge it in phase 6. So it's all right, man. It's early doors. And if you moan, you'll become the Chelsea League gunner. So listen, it's
Lewis, you're negative.
Yeah, they're going to tell me to fuck off down the cottage or some shit.
Down the cottage.
Or down the G-Tech.
You don't like it, you can fuck off down the cottage. Oh, boy. Oh, I hate it here, man. We used to be kings. Now we're just scrubs. We're pretending to be kings.
What's your fan base saying, though? What's your fan base saying? Because I don't always be watching what all Chelsea fans are saying. In general, from what you see, what are they saying?
I think the fan base is starting to get to a point where they're just accepting it. Because it's now the second season and like it's just shit. No one's really saying Poch out.
Is this the
People
club
saying
you're
that
going to be,
not
though?
Good enough?
Is this the club you're going to be going forward? Like, we've seen teams win the leagues and then drop off. Are you falling into that category, though?
I don't think so yet, but it's looking worrying. Like, if Poch doesn't turn things around now, you need another signing. You need another manager, and you can't fuck
another
this
signing?
up.
You've already made about 30.
Oh yeah, we're still planning to make another 3 in January. So transfer kings and everything. We're back up next month. 32 days left until the window opens. You know what Chelsea's about. We don't do wins, we do windows. So bring on January. But with us, like, I'm already questioning these guys' manager ID. They brought in Potter for Tuchel. That was stinky. They brought in Poch. Poch is looking stinky. The only thing this is another thing that stopped me from being full Poch out. I just don't know who you bring in after that. Because when they sacked Potter, they brought in Lampard. So I know, like, if the idea is either Poch or interim Lampard, then I might as well just stick with Poch. Just pick your poison at that point.
Who's your sporting director?
I think it's Win Stanley and Joe Shields. I think it's them. It was meant to be Vivell, but then he got sacked.
And what's the direction? Like, just
Lawrence Stewart and Win Stanley.
The direction is Monopoly.
The direction is Monopoly.
We're just buying youth players and hoping
we're not collect £200.
Yeah, exactly. You get to a transfer window, we'll just spend 200 million. I'll be honest. This if they're not careful, this could be like the realization of Chelsea. You can't go and spend £1 billion over 2 or 3 windows and be playing like this. You just can't.
But here's the other side of the coin, because I do think if we have an experienced goal scorer, a lot of things change.
Yeah, it's like if we
does go both ways.
If we still had Harry Kane, it would be probably top 3.
But
if Arsenal had a captain and a better manager.
No, but Arsenal are already in a much better position than we are. We're talking from 2 different extremes.
No, but it's
with an experienced goal scorer, we're at least guaranteed to get back into the top 4, and then we can look higher up from there. Because we make chances. We're crap in the final third. If it's not a moment of magic, we're not doing anything. Literally, we're not doing anything.
When's Nkunku back? Whatever his name is, Nkunku.
He's back in training. Might be on the bench on Sunday, if not against Manchester United. But he won't be ready to start for another week or 2. At least. And even then, I think the pressure we're putting on his shoulders is ridiculous. Every week is just, if Nkunku was back, we'd be fine. Well, now he's got to hit the ground running. Otherwise,
He
he's
has
going
no
to be the
choice.
next one that's overly criticised.
Yeah,
And like, he's
choice.
coming off a big injury that's had him out for months. He's had no sharpness. We're not helping him. Like, just let the guy come back and do his thing slowly. Instead, we're putting the whole weight of the club on his back. Silly. It's really silly. But yeah, I don't know with us. Like, we just need to go beat Brighton, hopefully beat United, and maybe things will turn around for us. They are 2 winnable games. We've got a good run coming through now. I feel like we're now done with the tough run of fixtures. Even if we are playing Brighton and United coming up, you should be fucking winning them. Then it's Everton, then it's Sheffield United, Wolves, and Luton. You should be getting a run of victories. If you can't do it now, you're done out. You're done out. Just leave. So Poch has till Christmas. It's got till Christmas. Or if things don't improve till the Everton game. Just figure it out. Gonna run it by the next few games because like this is just stinky. It's not good.
We might be 6-0 and you might be 15th.
No, like if you go 6 losses in a row, we have to have caught up to you guys by then.
I don't think you will. I just can't see it.
I was gonna say we will, but we should. I'm gonna say we should.
How many points you off us?
10.
Nah.
So we can.
You must.
We need 3 wins and a draw, and we're definitely capable of it. We've got an easier run of fixtures.
What did Savić say? If you must, what did he say?
What you must, but you didn't must.
Yeah,
that was
you must.
You didn't,
but you didn't must. That's what's coming.
Yeah, we haven't musted for a fucking while, bruv. But that is a good segue to a team that did must. You guys, Arsenal, top of the league, top of the Champions League group. You're now guaranteed group winners. How's everything up there? Bro?
Same old problems exist. It's just that we won a game against a team that we're expected to beat. That's all it is. Best performance I've seen all season, and I still see problems.
Back-to-back goals for
Yo, don't come with the agenda, Henry.
Kai Havertz.
Just saying.
Don't come with the agenda.
Back-to-back goals.
Huh?
Just saying back-to-back goals, match winners.
Like we said about Sterling, just because you score a goal doesn't mean you had a great 90 minutes.
He won you the 3 points though against the.
Did he do well against Lons though? Because I actually heard people gassing his performance in that game.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, you know when you're used to a player doing nothing, when they do a little something, all of a sudden it gets overgassed. Listen, I will give him praise that he scored 2 goals in 2 games, but at the same time, when you look at his performance against Lons, what else did he do? Oh, he made 1 assist. I'm expecting a lot more from a midfielder than 1 assist. Well, it wasn't even an assist because Odegaard didn't score and it was saved. I'm expecting a lot more. He's not a creative spark. Tomiyasu outshined him in that game and showed how to be a creative player in this team. And Tomiyasu was playing as a right back. That is embarrassing. How is a right back creating more than your midfielders? That is still a problem because Odegaard wasn't creative. Neither was Kai Havertz. But people look at, but look at the goal. And look at about the goal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you scored a goal. It's about time. It's about time, Philip. There's been 14 flipping appearances, and it's only been what? Now 3 goals and what? 1 or 2 assists. I'm expecting more when you spend 65 flipping million pounds on you. Yeah, I don't care about that. Man want to be doing all of this revisionism. Oh, but people didn't rate him. Oh, Kai Havertz knew he'd come good. That Philip, other than the goal, what did he do? What did he do? Nothing. The man of the match against Lons was Tomiyasu. Whipping in crosses. He could have had a hat-trick of assists. If Kai Havertz, if you could have scored another chance that you had in the game, you should have had a brace, a header, almost one-on-one with the goalkeeper, unchallenged in the box, and you hit it wide. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. I'm not going to be praising players for the bare minimum. You should be scoring and you should be assisting. You're not assisting. You're not creating anything. And for 90 minutes, you do not offer enough for this team. And if there was a game for Kai Havertz and Odegaard to start proving me wrong and start showing that they can become the creative spark, it's against Lons. We absolutely blitzed them for 25 minutes. They offered nothing. They weren't pressing us. They weren't winning the midfield battle, and yet we still could not create anything through our midfield. But you already know with Arsenal fans, it's always the same pucaria, it's always the same merda. Oh, just be happy. Oh, we played very well. I am happy about the result. Yeah, but now I'm back to reality. I'm happy with the result, but it doesn't change anything else. Yeah, at the end of the day, the bench is still too light. At the end of the day, we can't rely on Kai Havertz because he hasn't been reliable nor consistent this whole season so far. So you can't rely on him. The same thing is, why is it that we're not playing this type of football so far this season? Why has it taken till now for us to put this style of football and implement it in a game? It's not consistent for me. So, like I said, there's still a lot of issues here. And I already know that a lot of Arsenal fans, they always got their little shades on. And everything I'm saying, they were saying this when we got slapped up by Lons in the first game. They were saying this when we lost to West Ham. They were saying this when we lost to Newcastle. Yes, we like the performance against Lons, but I need to see consistency. And along with that consistency, I need to see the right players being signed in January because we need about 4 if we're going to be serious about winning the league. Yeah. Then I need this manager to continue to implement this style and know how to actually manage this team. Because it's so funny that all this crap I've been hearing all season about, oh, we're playing controlled football, controlled FC. Are any of these super Arsenal fans calling for controlled football after that Lens performance? No, they're not. They're saying it's a great performance. So why didn't we just stick with that in the first place and build off of that? Because we didn't look convincing with the controlled football against Newcastle or West Ham. So ultimately, my point is this. We played very well, bro, but there's still a lot of issues at this team. Jesus is not a clinical goal scorer, and we saw it against Brentford. We don't create enough chances. The bench ain't good enough. So unless those things get addressed, I ain't changing the way that I feel. I'll give props for the game. Arteta gets a 10 out of 10 for the performance against Lons. So does majority of all the players. Bro, I haven't seen consistency for me to change my mind. I need to see consistency before I change my mind. So
I hear that. I think the January window, that's so important for you guys. If you lot, because we've seen the Arsenal fans talk about, oh, we can win the Champions League. We can face anybody in the UCL. If you think that, not with the squad you have right now. If you go get a striker, you go get another midfielder, maybe if you strengthen in 1 or 2 other areas as well. Reluctantly, I might actually start to believe that myself. Obviously, I hope you guys don't go near that trophy, but you guys aren't right now. You might get to the quarters. You might get to the semis if you're lucky, if you get on the right side of the Champions League bracket. But if you want that title, you need to be getting Tony in January, as well as the midfielder.
You need Tony. It's as simple as that.
But we need more than Tony. We need a number 10.
No, but like Tony will be. That's the signing that could make or break 3 team seasons.
Like break up to do what? Because I think if we only add Ivan Tony, it doesn't address our lack of creativity, Henry. It doesn't address that, bro. And it doesn't give you creativity too in our defensive areas. And it doesn't address the fact that we don't have adequate replacement or rotation for Saka. That doesn't solve all those problems.
Can Trossard not play on the right?
Yeah, but you can only play one position at one time. What if you get 2 injuries? You have to plan ahead, no?
Yeah, it's true. I just think if you get Tony, the amount of chances you waste, he bags them.
I get that, bro, but we're not even creating that many chances. You know, we're 13th in the Premier League for chances created as a team. 13th, bro. 13th.
We'll be happy you're top of the league.
And this is funny when people put in the comments, oh, we don't understand football. Do you understand this, filo da puta? We are 13th in creating chances. When we're in phase 4 and your predictions at the start of the season, we're going to win the Champions League or the Premier League. Is that sustainable? We don't have a top goal scorer. And then this club, on top of everything, this club says, oh, we've only got enough money for a midfielder. You better get me the players that I need. Yeah, I'm not hearing none of it. It's time to deliver or want this manager gone. I already want him gone anyway. Yeah, if we don't get the players, I'm not hearing it. I am not hearing it. 2 seasons in a row now. We come into January, we still need players. And that's me being kind, because that's been the story for the last 20 years. I'm not hearing it. And this is why I say, when I talk about Henry's team in Tottenham, I keep the same energy with my team. I'm not going to overgas or get overly excited because I can see, even after that Lons performance, there are still things that have not been addressed. But these men won't learn, bro. Until it's mathematically unable for Arsenal to win any major honours and we're knocked out in the Champions League, they won't learn. These men are getting overly gassed over Lons. Lons is not the bar of a team that you can measure yourself saying, yeah, we could be up there in favourites to win the Champions League. They're a Europa League team at best, really and truly. So why are we getting overgassed?
I hear it. It's just Arsenal, but I hear it. I hear it.
Be happy.
Because that Lens team, I think, is mid-table. That Lens team, I think, is mid-table in Ligue 1. Let me check.
Yeah, it's like playing Fulham.
Oh, no, they're sick. They're sick. Okay. So
they were
yeah,
like 15th at one point.
Yeah, that might have been it a month or two ago. But they pulled themselves up. They're not really in bad form, but they're still not around the top. So points.
And it's a weak league, let's be real. It's a weak league. PSG win it every year without foul.
I'm saying you want 5. Bro, I'm the same thing. I want 5 more players, and we spent $1 billion. So I hear it. You can always keep making changes. You can always want to upgrade because we're nowhere near City. None of us. Even Arsenal, even though you guys are top of the league, you're still nowhere near City. And we all need additions. So I kind of see it, but we do need to wrap up now anyway because I've got to head off to the gym quickly. But guys, everybody head over to Northside and Henry Wright's channel. Everybody sub there immediately. We're going to be back tomorrow for the Brighton preview. Like I've been saying, we must. No ifs, no buts, no bullshit.
But you might not must.
Well, if we don't, then Poch must leave. He must get out of my club if that's the case. But yeah, everybody, we're redirecting to Sam. Oh shit, just before we go, big up for the super chat, my guy Chris saying, big up from the 416. As a gunner, I agree with Northside 100%. Tony ain't happening. We are linked with Osimhen. You guys aren't touching Osimhen. Osimhen's ours. Sorry.
You know
we're going to throw...
Lewis, what it'll be is, it'll be a Mudryk part 2. These men are gassing up Osimhen, saying they want Osimhen over Tony. When you lot get Osimhen, it will be, oh, we don't really rate him anyway. Yeah, then it will be backtracking. And then if he flops at you lot, look at you lot, look at Chelsea, you lot flopped. I'm so happy we didn't get him after gassing him and saying that you want him as our first choice striker. That's how shameless Arsenal fans are, bro. Because when they're not gassing up Mudryk, all right, but when he flops
for months. Now they're shining LED lights in his eyes at the Emirates. They're taking pictures of him at McDonald's and everything. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, guys, I got to redirect to Sam. I promised to redirect to him because he redirected to me a couple of days ago. But yeah, we're heading over to Hassam, tell him he's a fraud and all of that. And big up everybody. We're back tomorrow. Like, subscribe, and as always, up the chat.